I've just come back from Hertfordshire. It was in my family car, which is a Nissan, and we don't have a very good dash cam in that, so the quality is not going to be what you're used to from my car. But it had some really interesting incidents that happened on the way, and sort of learning points, if you like. And I just thought it would be something that would be worthwhile in terms of exploring with you guys. So I'd actually like a lot of your opinions on an incident that I saw happen. I'll give my opinion on who I think was more at fault and had the bad attitude, etc. But I know I've got, for example, I've got a lot of motorcyclists on here, and I've got a lot of drivers, so and very experienced drivers. So it'd be really interesting to get your viewpoints on this. So the incident was on the A11, and I'm in the left-hand lane, and behind me you can see there's a fair flow of traffic, and the second car behind me actually moves back into the left because they've got a motorcycle obviously very close behind them. The BMW in front carries on, overtakes me, and as they then go to move back into the left, the motorcyclist decides they can't be bothered to wait and overtakes them on the left. The motorcyclist then, as he passes the BMW, does this, saying to the driver, you should be back in the left lane. Okay. Now, my analysis of this is the BMW did not do a lot wrong, but they did. I would have done one thing differently. So if we look at the rear camera again, the second car decides to move back in because they've got a motorcyclist, right behind them. And let's face it, in my opinion, the motorcyclist is way too close to these vehicles. But I think that car makes a good decision. Now, the second BMW, this one here, may not have seen the motorcyclist when they were behind the second car. It might be hidden from the view. And in my opinion, they do nothing wrong by making the decision to continue in the right-hand lane and overtake me. I think it would have been pointless to move back into the left. As they then pass me, if we pause it at a particular point, we can see the moment the BMW indicates left, the motorcyclist has already decided that they're going to overtake on the left, which is just not necessary, and it's a very silly move. I don't like seeing bikers do this sort of thing. Now, the one thing I would have done differently if I was the BMW driver, I teach my learners, and it's important to understand when you're on a dual carriageway, and this is actually the same when you're in lane 2 of a motorway, there's no requirement to move back into the left with a signal. That doesn't mean that you should never do it and that it can't ever benefit anyone. That's a different story. But there's no requirement. I've seen people saying things like moving back into the left lane without a signal is a traffic violation. I've seen that comment on my channel, and it's not at all. There's no requirement. But what I teach my learners is if we're overtaking something and in our rear view mirror we've got someone very, very close behind us, we actually signal at about this point here, like we haven't even passed the vehicle yet, and we will put on that left signal. And the idea of that is we are saying to that person, we have seen you, we will move back in, but then I will not move back in until, I've done this in a video before, until I can see the headlights of what I've passed. Then I will check to the left, and if I'm happy, I will move back in. So I'm saying to someone that's right up behind me, yeah, I will move back in, but you'll give me time to do it. And if you don't, that's your choice. So personally, I think that's what the BMW driver could have done. They could have had a much earlier signal and communicated that earlier. There's a chance they haven't seen the bike till quite late, but they do the correct thing. As soon as the bike's moving back in, they don't then complete the lane change, which is correct. I think the bike is too close. I think they're trying to intimidate them into moving lanes, and they don't even give them a chance to move back into their left lane before they're overtaking on the left, which is really silly. And then the attitude of, oh, you should be back in the left. I don't think they should have at any point other than when they tried to. So what I want from you guys, I just want to know, do you agree with my analysis? Do you think it's the bikers, mainly got the attitude there? Do you think the BMW driver's done anything wrong? And interestingly, now I personally believe if there was a police car present, this sort of move will actually get you done for dangerous driving. That's the bike, by the way. I think they'd actually have a real chance of being charged with dangerous driving here rather than just driving without due care and attention, because it's an active, you know, you've made the overtake on the left more dangerous by the lane change, and especially at the point when the BMW was just starting to show you that it's going to move back into the left. So I think you'd be looking at potentially a dangerous driving charge there. Anyway, if you've got an opinion on that, let me know. Do you agree with me? There's going to be plenty of people that don't, because they won't even think the bike's done anything wrong, I'm sure. But yeah, let me know. Be interesting to hear.